people working with systems has been around for a long time, long before computers. So it's been argued that generative art predates computers, and I would say that that's true. But I would say that when you are working with software, when you are working with code, you have a new kind of flexibility. You can see the results almost immediately. You can change it immediately.
On n'a qu'à comparer, si vous voulez, les images des différentes installations qui sont proposées ici. On s'aperçoit que, si vous voulez, qu'elles ont toutes quelque chose de commun, donc elles partagent toutes une certaine logique, hein, qui va être cette logique de production qui est fondée sur le numérique et sur le calcul, hein, qui leur donne ce caractère virtuel, hein, en progression.
If you look at these mirrors that are presented here and you see them from a distance, let's say from across the hall, what you see usually, you will see a person standing in front of 3 screens, and you can pretty vividly see them reflected on these screens 3 times. From far away you can't really tell what's going on, so you just see a reflection. As you walk towards the piece, and maybe you're trying to investigate what it's made out of, suddenly you will see that the one on the left has these moving little dots, and the one in the middle has these Pac-Man figures which are rolling around, and the one on the right has little blocks.
I think the example of a mirror is actually a very interesting one, because the mirror is possibly one of the first and still the most low-tech device for giving us an external representation of ourselves, to give us the illusion that we've stepped outside of ourselves in order to see who we are. It's for this reason actually that I find Danny Rozin's mirrors quite interesting, because certainly in some of his, perhaps not so much in the software pieces, but in some of the hardware pieces, there is this idea that not only am I looking at the mirror, but the mirror is looking back at me in order to calibrate itself. I'm
trying to provide a representation up to a certain level of abstraction, and beyond that, the computer is trying to be playful with that image. I think you can see already, even in the 3 pieces of mine, the 3 software mirrors, how actually in many ways the machine controls the person. If you look at the piece, software mirror number 2, which is the one that's very slow, it has these little points that move around. Those take typically 15 to 20 seconds to produce the image of the viewer. So the viewer is forced to strike a pose and wait until the machine finishes to image them, otherwise they just won't be shown. So the machine is controlling you to pose in such a manner.